Bronia, if you're new here, go ahead and introduce yourselves in the comments. My name is Miriam. Just in case you're seeing this gorgeous queen for the first time, my name is Miriam. I am based here in California. I am a wife, a mom, a student, an entrepreneur. I'm also a fashion designer and a YouTube coach. So if you're planning to start your YouTube channel this year in 2023, go ahead and book my free consultation. It's right there in the comments. Today, we're going to be discussing Nigeria's election, governorship election. For those of you that have been following me since we started this series, it's not been easy, yes, typically I talk about grants for small businesses. So if you need grants for your small business, go ahead and check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. Hey, beauty food chick, thank you so much for joining in. I am well, thank you so much, sis. So yeah, I talk about grants on my YouTube channel. I talk about scholarships. I talk about fully funded conferences. So those are the kind of topics, contents that I bring up on my channel, that I share with you guys on my channel. So if you're new here, you can go ahead and binge watch those videos, after this live stream. But today, I want us to have a chit chat. Let's talk about the election. How did it go? How is it going at your end? How was the outcome of the election? Was it your preferred candidate? Do you think it was a free and fair election? Oh, no problem, no problem. Oh, thank you. Beautiful chick. So guys, let me know, how is the election? How did it go at your end? I'm getting some kind of situation reports, and it is not appealing at all. It's not funny at all. Before I even delve into Lagos State, I will start from Abia State. No. So let's talk about Abia State. Abia, for a fact, I know that the person representing Labour Party is no one other than Alex Oti, Dr. Alex Oti. Pardon me for that language. It's Slice of Sam. Thank you so much for joining. I know you're in the UK. I want people that that voted today to let us know the outcome at their polling booths. How did it go at your end? So I was talking about the Labour Party candidates for the governorship election at Abia State, in the person of Dr. Alex Oti. He was my former boss. He was the former CEO of Diamond Bank, where I worked, and he interviewed me personally. I met him, of course, one-on-one, and even on the day he resigned, he was at my branch. Hi, I just, he sent his goodbye message, and then we're still reading our emails, we're still in front of the computer checking out, we're like, oh my God. And then I saw him in my branch. He just appeared. I'm talking about Dr. Alex Oti, and he came into my office, and we shook hands, and I was like, oh, this okay. Like, I was happy that he was retiring from banking to face politics and do his best, contribute to the quota of his state. And speaking from experience, having worked for him and seeing everything that he did at the bank, Dr. Alex Oti is a man of integrity. He's a man of honor, and he did his best to push the bank forward. I mean, while I was under his administration, well, when he was CEO of the bank, when I was still there, he was the one that he increased the salary of all employees in the bank, because he's of the opinion that when you pay your workers very well, you don't have to slave drive them. They will work by themselves. You don't need to push them. That's the incentive to make them work. He was not a greedy man. And I felt, oh, this man is going to Abia State. He's going to turn things around. He's a billionaire. He's not there to siphon. I can say that. He's not there to siphon money. But I mean, I heard him speak this morning, and he talked about the outcome of the election and how, so much rigging, and how INEC officials, are party agents and stuffs like that. Fine TV Media, thank you so much for joining. Where are you guys tuning in from? If you're tuning in from Nigeria, please let me know what the outcome of your polling booth is today. How did it go? How was the election? Was it free and fair? How did it go? Hope there were no casualties, because I heard some people lost their lives in the process. And hey, sis, happy birthday, sis. Thank you so much for joining. I heard some people actually lost their lives at the election earlier today, and it's sad, that some people had to, they lost their lives in the process of electing new leaders in the state, so, and talking about Lagos State, I heard it's all about thuggery. I heard it's all about vandalizing. I even saw a video clip this morning of thugs, area boys, coming out to say that it was actually precisely in Fadeyi and Akoka as well. They were threatening people, do not come out to vote if you're not voting APC. Do not come out. If you come out, there's gonna be bloodshed and stuff. Threatening people in the early hours of the morning. Right before the election. I mean, this is 2023. We don't. I don't. I think Nigeria has gone past this stage. We've gone past this stage many, many, many years ago. I decided to speak on this because, like I always say, Nigeria remains number one. It's that's where I grew up. That's my country. I mean, I could have picked another topic to talk about because I usually talk about self-development topics every Sunday. I'm here on my channel. If you don't know, now you know. I go live every Sundays, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Sorry, I'm a bit late today. I had a long day pretty much in church and after church, so please bear with me. So I try to discuss self-development topics like how to develop your self-confidence, success, how to know if you're in the right circle of friends, motivations, things that'll keep you going, how to overcome procrastination, how to overcome perfectionism, how to become the best version of yourself. But of course, this calls for, oh, you're in Kenya. Oh, yeah, Fine TV Media. Thank you so much for joining in. So yeah, today we're talking about the governorship election that held in Nigeria earlier today. It's still Sunday here. Oh, it was yesterday. Beg your I apologize for that. It was yesterday. Yeah, it happened yesterday. Yes, today is Sunday in the United States. I'm in California. So yeah, I'm here talking about. I'm trying to find out what the situation reports from people who voted in Nigeria. I tuned to Arise TV this morning. I saw my friend back in Ife. In fact, this was the guy that introduced me into journalism. Of course, I was also a campus journalist. So I was telling my husband this morning, oh, look at this guy. He's now here. He used to run commentary in school at the time. His name is Armsfree Ajanoku. I saw him on Arise TV. Yeah, he was, running commentaries for about the election. I'm like, this guy made it here. I knew that, he's a public figure. He's a TV personnel and stuff like that. So I listened to his own perspective this morning, and he expressed his disappointment in the way and manner that thugs took over in this current election. It's sad, it's disheartening, it's appalling to see that things have degenerated to this level where we have a lot of educated people, we have a lot of professors in Nigeria, a lot of doctors, elites. I mean, how did we get here? How did we get to a point where thugs are in charge of elections? How did we get to this point? It has become a do or die affair. People no longer want to work and earn a honest living. It's free money, to work for governments and just steal money and siphon money without questioning, and, it's a question of, do you know who I am? And as long as you have the money to throw around, I mean, you can get away with almost anything, so it's sad to see that election in Nigeria has become a do or die thing where people have to engage the services of, area boys, all these I don't know, it's really sick. And it's even more sickening to see people equate area boys as as Yoruba people. Area boys does not equate, and I'm here to lend my voice in that regards. Bola Dale, thank you so much for joining in. I have to lend my voice to explain to people who are making that mistake that, please, area boys do not equate Yoruba people. We are not area boys and girls. We are not touts. Those are touts. So please do not generalize by saying Yoruba people. I am a Yoruba lady, and I don't succumb to those people. Oh, blind guys back their life. Thank you so much. It's been a rough election for Nigeria. Yes, we had there was a recently concluded governorship election that happened yesterday, and we were here to talk about it. According to sources, I saw a lot of a lot of thuggery area boys. These are people who were used to distort the election results, to threaten people, to disturb the peace, peaceful election, and alter people's candidates, choice of candidates, and threaten people, pretty much put them under duress. You must vote for our party, otherwise X and Y will happen to you. It is sick. It is sickening. And I also wanted to, like I said earlier, please do not equate area boys as the Yoruba people. No, 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 no. We don't belong to the same school of thoughts, please. For those of you, or for people who think that that is the that represents the view of all Yoruba people. No, 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 no. I hereby disassociate myself and other well-meaning Yoruba people from these area boys. I beg of you, please. We do not share. We're not in the same school of thoughts. Thank you so much, Lapita Marie. Thank you so much for helping me to moderate. Please like and share this broadcast. Let's talk about it. I mean, I'm not just here to push my opinions on everyone. I want to also hear from you. I want to read from you, especially those of you that took part in the election that happened yesterday. What is the situation report in your polling units? What happened in your polling units? Was it a peaceful election? Was it free and fair? Do you have your own ideal candidates emerge as the winner? Did you wait till the end of the election to collate the results and have the figures, maybe stored up maybe on your phone or in your jotters? Do you all have an agreement? Were you there? Did you just vote and did you leave, or did you stay after voting so that all of you could take account of all of the figures, the election figures at the end of the day? I want to read from you guys. I want to know from you guys, which of you, did anybody attend? Did anybody vote yesterday? Please, Bola Dale, did you vote yesterday? Are you in Nigeria and did you cast your vote yesterday? Please leave it in the comments. I want to know how it went. How did it go at your end? How was the election at your own end? Please let me know. We're here to discuss the election, so please let me know. And for those of you who have family members or friends or relatives in Nigeria, how did it go? What was the situation report of your friends, your people back in Nigeria? Okay, a slice of Sam said, election in Nigeria is an abortion of democracy and caricature of the system in place. It's sad. I'm reading some comments on Arise TV, and some people said that Nigeria has become a zoo. And for the first time, they want to agree with President Donald Trump for calling Africa what he called it the other time. What we displayed, this is just, I don't know, it's honestly, I just don't want to take things to heart, because typically, judging from the look of things and how the election went yesterday, one would give up, one would weep. It's like I said, it kind of like took us back many years back from what we have been fighting for decades in that country. It just took us back again. Which way forward? I know a lot of people profit, a lot of big people, so-called big people, profit from the state of things in Nigeria. They profit more when the country remains underdeveloped. They profit more when there's no system in place. There's no system of checks and balances, no system of accountability. A lot of people profit from it, and such people will want nothing but that to continue. They don't want any kind of progress, because once there's progress, there's accountability. Everybody, gets what's it called? When you do anything, you get the consequences of your actions, whether good or bad. And some people are trying to stop that from happening. And just like a slice of Sam put it, it's an abortion of democracy. It's pretty much no longer a government of the people, for the people, by the people. It's now a question of what these people in power want to shove down your throats. They want to force you to bring their candidates in. Well, I understand, and there's something called election apathy. People want their ideal candidates to win and stuff like that. But it shouldn't degenerate into using violence. It shouldn't degenerate into coercing people to vote for candidates that are not of their choice. We all have our rights as citizens. We all have our civic rights, and this is our civic duty, as a matter of fact. It is our civic responsibility to exercise our rights, our civic rights to vote, at the election, regardless of whatever, regardless of our religion, our ethnicity, we all should be allowed to vote for whoever we want to vote for. We all should not be bullied into voting for who we do not want to vote for. So that's why I want to find out, please, what is reports in your area. If you are in Nigeria right now, please let me know in the chat. Just leave a message in the chat. How was the election? Joyce, yeah, thank you. I mean, thank you for joining in, man. It's sad. And I remember the last time a friend of mine here on YouTube said, right after the election and after everything, we all saw everything. We all saw, the results, the election result, the presidential election results modeled up right in our face, and a friend of mine here on YouTube said, she put it on a community wall, and she said she's having panic attacks. She needs therapy. She's sick. Honestly, it's sickening. It's sickening to think that I've conducted elections before. I have contested. I mean, even though it was at the student level, when I was in OAU, I contested as the vice president of economics department, and I won. I didn't have to lobby. I didn't have to bribe anyone. Why would I bribe anyone? Look, if you're sure of yourself, you're sure of your capabilities, and people know what you're capable of doing, you don't need to bribe anyone. You don't need to force anyone. You don't need to coerce anyone. We were three of us that contested for the same position, and I won. If you add the two other candidates' vote together, multiply it by 2, I still won. I won by landslide victory. I had like 90% of the votes of my department. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, you don't have to coerce people. It just takes people to believe in you. Once they believe in you, they've seen your past, your track records, they see, oh, this person is capable to do this thing. This person is, the ideal candidate for this position. You don't have to bribe anyone. You don't have to force anyone. You don't have to use thugs. You don't have to. That's stealing. That is broad daylight stealing. That's sick. Now, it's bad enough that we're talking about government here. If our government is corrupt, so what is the future of the country? Joyce here, thank you, Jerry, my sister. It's sad. Honestly, I had a different topic for today, but I had to talk about this because I mean the election happened yesterday, and this is pretty much like the best time to talk about it. If we don't raise our voice, we have a voice. If we don't talk about this thing, it will just continue, and it's a slap on people like Professor Wale Soyinka's face. It's a slap on his face. To see that. Sorry, 1 second. I'm sorry. So it's a slap on people like Professor Wale Soyinka's face to see things like this happening. We have a lot of professors in that. We have a lot of higher institutions of learning in that country. Nigeria is a great country. I come from Nigeria, and I say that if things actually went well in that country, we are supposed to be named as one of the most developed countries in the world. Nigerians are smart. Nigerians are we are highly educated. We are go-getters. We are hardworking. We are what's it called? We are innovative. And seeing all of this nonsense happen all in the name of wanting to become the governor by all means, the corruption has eaten so deep. And unfortunately, we are seeing touts getting recognition in that country. Shouldn't like this go the day? I had to are we going to continue like this? Touts, ordinary touts with not even primary school certificates getting recognition in that country. Like, seriously? We can do better as a country. And we can't keep quiet. We can't keep quiet and allow this to happen. Are you see? Oh, people are even being tribalistic. I haven't seen those people. Let me read comments. A Slice of Sam said, I soaked my pillow. Oh my goodness. I soaked my pillows with tears after the presidential election. Oh my goodness. So I did not expect anything better for the gubernatorial election. Oh my goodness. A slice of Sam. I feel you. That night when the results was out, I don't want to use the wrong. I was down. I was sad for days. I didn't get myself for a long time. Joyce there, she said, it's crazy, honestly. And some people still support this party. It's okay to use being ignorant as an excuse to support the party, but after seeing all the thuggery, why will anyone still support them? Why? Thank you, Joy, for this. And that was why I mentioned that, please. I've been seeing people write that Yorubas, it is not, I don't share the same ideals with these thugs. We don't belong to the same party, Labour Party all the way for me. I'm obedient to the core, even though I know I can't vote. I live in United States, So I just want to quickly correct this as well, that those touts do not represent the intentions or the ideals of Yoruba people. Please, those are thugs. They do not represent their views do not represent the totality of the Yoruba population in Nigeria. I beg of you, please, Biko Kwano. So those ones are thugs. That's why I separate them from the Yorubas. That is not the ideals of the Yorubas. Thank you. Okay, so Joy said, YouTubers, we get sense, no plenty, because I see some YouTubers being so tribalistic. I mean, to what end? To what end? The goal is to have a better Nigeria. It doesn't matter the color of whoever emerges as the winner. Just perform. We just need a leader that would take that country to the next level. It doesn't matter where the person comes from, whether the person is TIVO, TIV, or the person is BBO, or the person is Calabar, or the person is Igbo, or whatever the person is. It doesn't matter. I just want a leader that would take that country, that will deliver us from where we are right now to where we ought to be. That's all. That's all. Eh? Joy, you feel my pain. Joy said exactly. Touts getting recognition. Can you imagine? Very annoying. Some of their supporters are tribalistic, and that's how they get to them. Yes, Joy, you just nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it. Yes, when they use that emotion, it's sad. It's honestly, it's really sad, because people that work so hard. I'm seeing these touts on newsline headlines of news, and I'm like, really in Nigeria of 2023, touts. So it's a slap on our faces for those of us that went to school, for those of us that have multiple degrees. It's sad. It's a slap, because you have to work your butt off to even earn it. And people who have zero clue, people who can't even introduce themselves, they are getting that kind of recognition in that country. It's sad though. Okay. Bola Dale said, God bless you so much, man. The election is bad. What happened at your end, Bola Dale? Please let me know. What happened at your polling units? Did you vote? Okay, Joy said, exactly. Not all Yorubas, whether you are LP or not, is glaring. You can support whoever you want, but when you start seeing how these people are doing to get this power and you still support them, that's disgusting. I agree with you. I agree with you. At the last election, I see some celebrities come out to say, I've lost every iota of respect I have for certain people because of how they portrayed themselves at the election. The last election, not even this one. Would I say I've lost my respect for these people? I don't know. I'll just say maybe I'll say I'm disappointed. Really. I don't know. It's sad. It's sad to see that especially the most annoying one is when you see people that are even educated going after these dogs. I'm telling you, that is the one that is most annoying. After the last election, after I came live, the very next day I spoke to someone. I spoke to a cousin of mine, and This guy was shouting APC, APC. I was disgusted. I was disgusted. Meanwhile, he just relocated to the UK with his family. So why didn't you stay back in Nigeria? Why didn't you stay back there? If you know that APC has been performing, you still want APC to perform, and you left. Why did you leave? Why? Give me a good reason why. Couldn't give me a good reason why. That's appalling. Honestly, it's sad to see people that are even educated now I don't know. I don't even know how to wing it in my brain, because it's not making any sense. It's not making any sense. We see all these things every day. And the last time I was almost speaking up, because I saw things. I've been in the coffers of governments in Nigeria, and I saw things. With the things I saw, I mean, the only way to get past it is to just take it off your head. Because if you were to carry out your daily life activities based off of what you have seen, you'll be depressed. You will not only be depressed, but you'll be extremely angry. You'll be angry because you would see how they allocate this money. You see, these so-called celebrities in Nigeria shouting, "Oh, I'm voting for this person because he told me." He told you what? Or you're voting for this person because he paid for my hospital bills. They deliberately weaponized poverty. They deliberately made sure that there are no standardized hospitals, so that people will die like chickens. And when they render your rights to you, they want to lord on you. They want to lord over your life because of your rights. Joy said, "I have lost my respect for them. Anyone supporting that party after seeing all this happening, if it is not for selfish gain, they will still come out and speak against the thuggery." Honestly, there's one artist, if there's one celebrity that I really respect with her stance at this election, is Iyabo Ojo. She came out and she declared, her support for Peter Obi. She sees all the nonsense. She sees, nearly all of them in that industry are APC supporters, but she stood out. She stood out. Are we gonna pretend that what happened at the EndSARS did not happen? Are we gonna pretend? Or are those lives just in vain? Those lives are lost in vain. Is that where we're going now? Are we trying to say that the life of an average Nigerian does not matter? Are we trying to say our lives don't matter? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Joy said, none of these celebrities that support the part came out to speak against what was going on. None of them came out to speak about the thugs that came out to threaten people. The only person that came out to speak was Iyabo Ojo. I remember a friend of mine chatted me in the midnight. She was having some distress, and so I went to Instagram and I saw this lady, Iyabo Ojo. She went live to complain. She went live. That was 11 a.m. Nigerian time, because it was 3 a.m. my time, and they're 8 hours ahead of us. It's sad though. It's very sad. Now we have gotten to a point, or we're now, in an era where people suppress the truth. Why do we suppress the truth? Why? Sadly, we call ourselves Christians or Muslims, and we suppress the truth. So which God are you serving if you suppress the truth? You know the truth and you're keeping quiet about it. You're as good as you're enabling it. You're an enabler. If you can't come out to speak against the ills, the evils, those, if you can't come out to say this is wrong, what is your stand on this? If you sit on the fence, you're an enabler. If you say, "Oh, I just want to sit on the fence," you're an enabler. If you don't lend your voice, for the truth, then you are an enabler. You're also a contributor to this madness. Joy said, none of them have spoken against what happened yesterday, telling people they can't vote because they are Igbos or they look like Igbos. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? And it's now like a joke. It's becoming a joke. So they are the same set of people that will count the election, they will collect the election, they will count the votes, they will change it, they will they would fingerprint everything again, all over again. It's a joke. Like we're like as if we're in elementary school, as if we're in primary school, you know, and we're just exchanging papers. We're talking about the lives of people, the future of Nigeria and Nigerians, children that are born today, their future. It's, I don't know. I think people don't know the impact, or they've forgotten, or they have selective amnesia, or they choose to remember what they want to and they choose to forget what they want. I don't know, honestly. Honestly, I don't know. Really, if you ask me. You know? Okay, Joy said, more Nigerians are wicked because waiting with this election now. Let's forget politicians. Honestly, it's sad. Joy said, I saw a YouTuber's video, someone I used to be subscribed to. Thank God, not anymore. She said, LP candidate. Jesus. She said, LP candidates cannot speak Yoruba. It's a no-no. You see, this, if I was on her live stream, I might just send her a DM on Instagram and we talk. I like to be civil. I probably would DM her on Instagram and then we'll talk about this thing. Now, for me, I easily, hey Lola, thank you so much for joining me. For me, I easily identify people who try to manipulate others. I think I'm quite good at identifying such people quickly, on time. She carried God for her though. Hey, Heavenly Father. You know, so when people come with those nonsense narratives, well, thank God I've always been like that ever since I was little. When you come to me, when you propose something to me and it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to agree with you because I want to be in sync with you. We don't have to be in sync. Sweetheart, I will tell you what's on my mind. I will express myself. I will not allow anyone bully me into agreeing with them. I will never. That's not under my watch. Not on my watch. So I'm sure somebody must have told that YouTuber that, you must have just mentioned that the LP candidates cannot speak Yoruba and she bought it. How can you buy such a thing? When somebody comes to me, I'm Yoruba, and the person comes and says, this guy cannot speak Yoruba, I really don't care. What is his track record? Can he do the job? Is he cut out to do the job? Or is he like those other people that we know? I really don't care about whether he speaks this or he doesn't speak this. My own is, can he do the job? If he can do the job, period. Give him a chance to do it. Give him a chance to do it. You know, and I think especially as educated people, bringing tribalism into this thing, I think it doesn't make any sense. Honestly, I think it doesn't make any sense. Let me give you an instance. Last week, I needed a job done in my home. And I went to get, someone to fix it. I don't care where you come from. Can you do it? Yes, I pay you. Do it. I don't care if you are blue or green or brown or gray. So long as you can do the job. Honestly, I don't care. But when we start to, and we're elites, we're educated, when we start to say, oh, hey, this person does not look like me, or this person, no, it doesn't make any sense. And Joy, thank you for bringing that up. It doesn't just make any sense. Joy said, and she's abroad with her family, then show her better racism. Now there she go, they cry. I mean, like I always say, we owe ourselves a responsibility of change. That change starts with us. That change starts with us. In fact, we are the government. We owe ourselves that responsibility of change. If we don't change, then who should change? Sorry, the live stream is above 30 minutes. I usually do 30 minutes, but I'll just round it to 1 hour, but nothing above 1 hour. I don't have more than 1 hour because I have a clients coming for some classes today. Ooh, and I have stuff lined up for the rest of the day and the rest of the week. It's gonna be a crazy long week, up until next week. But yeah, Joy, Oh my goodness. It's sad though, honestly. It's sad. And I think the earlier we start to educate ourselves and the earlier we start to dismiss nonsense talk, the better for us. And the earlier we even start to correct ourselves that, hey, I think that's wrong. No, I think, no, how about we look at it this way? Because with the way things are going, it's a question of if you don't agree with me, then you're not allowed to talk. No, no, it's okay for all of us to disagree. It's okay. We can all disagree and agree, but we can't impose, oh, you have to be this, you have to agree with me, oh, you have to be Yoruba, you have to be. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Think about it. Is it about what is more important? Is it about Folayemi? Thank you so much for joining in. Please, if you voted yesterday in Nigeria, please let us know what the outcome of the election is at your end. How did it go? Was it a free and fair election? Was it smooth? And was there any disruptions? Did you have area boys come to disrupt the election at your polling unit? Let me know in the comments. So I think at this point, we need to educate ourselves. I'm not too young. I'm not too small to learn. I'm not too old to learn. We learn every day. So I think we should continue to educate ourselves. But I mean, I can't be in that kind of circle where they are talking nonsense, and I will speak my mind. I will speak my mind. I mean, it doesn't imagine if where you are, if you are abroad and they say, oh, you're not white, you are not allowed to work here. How will you feel? How will you feel? And that's exactly what Joy is saying. How will you feel? You know? Hi, Lola. Joy, she carry God, my sister. It's not everybody that calls God that really knows God. Yeah, period. Joy said, I left my long comments on her video. If she like, me she delete them. It's sad though. It's sad. Hi Folayemi, how are you? Where are you watching from? Are you in Nigeria? How was the election at your end? Type a comment. You guys should leave a comment. I want to read from you guys too. Joy said, nobody sold it to her. Natinobu Pikin. Really? So she will support anything. And I'm beginning to think she don't like Igbos. Yes, I said what I said. Is this person Yoruba or Igbo? That's my own. Oh. Joy. The person Yoruba, some people some people don't have sense, really. It's not about the skin color where you come from. I mean, I just explained when I started this live stream, I talked about the governor aspirant of Abia State in person of Dr. Alex Oti was my former Oga at the bank. I'm Yoruba, it's an Igbo bank, but they gave me an opportunity to work in the bank. And as a matter of fact, I met him one-on-one because the CEO has to interview you before you're finally giving your offer letter, your, compensation and everything. So I met him and we spoke one-on-one. He interviewed me, like I said, and he was a father figure. I worked under his administration, and honestly, if Abia State would allow Dr. Alex Oti become the governor, that state, hey, that state is going to blow up. Oh. That state is going to be one of the best states in Nigeria. I'm telling you, because I've worked with these people before. They gave me an opportunity to work there. What if they didn't? What if they said, oh, you are not Igbo, Igbo, and I can't speak the Igbo? How will I feel? I mean, it's common sense. It's common sense. I worked and my experience in that Igbo bank shaped me largely to who I am today. My experience in Diamond Bank changed my life completely, changed my perspective. Everything about me changed pretty much. Joy said, exactly, how will you feel if her kids grow up in that Europe and some people tell her kids they can't do certain things because, and that is it. You see, this thing you said, I think as Christians, or if you believe in God, I think discrimination should be out of our dictionaries, our personal dictionaries. I think we should not discriminate against anyone, regardless. I mean, based off of their tribe, their ethnicity, their color, their race, their religious preference. I think I think as children of God, I think we should live past that. I think so. I think so. We should give people a chance because they deserve it, not because they look this way or they don't look this way. I mean, think about it. Think about it. You go somewhere and they say, oh, until you're able to do this. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Joy. Yes, any religion. Any religion. I mean, like I said, I got someone to fix some things in the house. Do I not have to start saying, oh, if you're not a Christian, no, you can't work with me, or if you're not this, you can't do, or if you're not from this tribe? It doesn't make any sense. Why don't you allow the person who is able to do the job to do the job? Let the person do the job as long as the person is Nigerian. The basic qualification is for you to be a Nigerian, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, Joy said, I don't even know where she fall in. She can speak Yoruba fluently and Edo too. So I don't know for her. It's not just a Yoruba or Igbo thing. Other tribes are, wow. Wow. Another tribe here? Another tribe still hammering that this person is not Yoruba. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Even me that I'm Yoruba. Hey Chiyomi, thank you so much for joining in. Where are you tuning in from? Please, if you are tuning in from Nigeria, I want to know the situation report from your polling booth. How was the election at your end? How did it go? Was it a free and fair election? Was there any area boys? Because I heard there were a lot of area boys deployed to so many parts of the country to go and disrupt all the elections, to favor only their own party. So please let me know. Let me know. But it's sad, and I think we can do better as Nigerians. We can do better. And like I said, this is a slap on the faces of people like Professor Wole Soyinka, people like it's honestly, it's sad. Even people like the former president Goodluck Jonathan. So are you trying to say that Goodluck was stupid for leaving? I respect that man. I respect him. After that last election, my respect for him grew again because he lost and he bowed out. He said something. He said, no life is worth losing because of him. And he bowed out. He exited gracefully. But these people they don't want to relinquish power. They don't want to relinquish authority. They want to die there. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. They've been in the coffers of government for as long as I can remember, and they don't want to ever leave it. They call themselves godfathers, they call themselves the kingmakers, the authority, the this, the that, and they don't want to give it up for anything. It's sad. Honestly, it is very, very sad. Hi, Chiyomi. Good afternoon from California. It's sad, and honestly, I just felt I should, come here talk about what I saw. It's sad. And we have a lot. It's sad even because we have a lot of institutions, a lot of educational institutions in that country. We can do better. I don't even know where to start from, because when we have such great institutions where they teach governance, where we know how things ought to work in every sane economy. Are we trying to say that Nigeria is a zoo? Are we trying to say that Nigeria is not a sane country? Where are we going, really? Chiyomi, before you came in, we talked about thugs being given recognition in Nigeria. Thugs, area boys being given recognition in Nigeria, getting the headlines in Nigeria. Like, are you guys for real right now? Are you serious right now? Where thugs are, thugs are going to campaign for election. They are giving them microphone to speak. Thugs, area boys. They are saying, make sure you vote for us. So, are you for real right now? And we can see, even the blind can see that the election was not free and fair. We can see it was not free and fair. Not because, yes, like I mentioned, the election apathy. Not because our ideal candidates did not emerge, but we can see. I saw videos of area boys carrying cutlass earlier today in Lagos. We're carrying cutlass and threatening people. If you're not going to vote for APC, don't even come out to vote. Think about it. Think about it. It's sad, oh. It's sad. Oh, Deborah Kabasa. Thank you so much for joining in. Sorry, today I'm talking about the current election, that we just concluded in Nigeria, so thank you. I know you're not from Nigeria. And I just had to talk about it because Nigeria is I don't know, that's where my heart is. That's where my heart is. And it's bad that I don't know. There's inflation, things are not working out, there are no jobs, unemployment rate is on the increase, girls are turning into prostitutions, some of them are even going into this what's it called, BBL promo, so that they can catch a rich guy, and they are losing their lives in the process. I mean, if the somebody analyzed what happened last week. Unfortunately, a 21-year-old girl passed on due to what's it called, BBL. She did in BBL, Brazilian butt lifts implants, and she lost her life in the process. I saw the picture of where she did it was like a place where they rear animals, the hospital she used. It was like a quack clinic. She died. And she died. Now, somebody analyzed this thing to the point where the government was blamed. And truly, if we look at if the country is working, girls will stop thinking of that get rich quick, syndrome. They will stop it. Now, nobody values hard work in that country. I mean, not nobody. A lot of people, they don't value hard work. People just want to make it by all means, whichever way possible. And it's sad. The kids are watching. Even some celebrities, a lot of Nigerian celebrities are not even helping matters. And at the end of the day, the girl was blamed for not looking at people like Funke Akindele. I mean, she's a multi-millionaire and she didn't have to do all that. But they keep looking at people like Toke Makinwa. They keep looking like, looking at the wrong people, emulating them, trying to do what they were doing, trying to live that soft life. How old is she? She's just 21, barely 20, barely 21. She's pretty much 20 years old. Just 20 years in this world. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? If the government was working, if there is assurance that when you're done with university, you can easily find a job. I mean, I believe that people will still believe in themselves. But with the way things are going, everybody wants to just get a piece of the pie, a piece of the cake. Everybody just wants to do something. Hey, Toya and No Toya Life Hacks. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much, guys. I mean, I just said let me come, live and talk about this real quick because it's eating deep. It's eating deep into the Nigerian system, and it is sad. It is sad. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you, Toya. It is really sad. Where are we going? What is the future of the country? What is the future of Nigeria? I mean, we can't sit down and watch these things continue to happen like this year after year. It's sad. It's sad. Honestly, I haven't seen, I don't know. In Lagos, typically, it is not free and fair. The election was not free and fair. In Abia State, PDP muddled up the election. It was not free and fair. It's sad that it has resulted into a do or die thing. It has. Yes, Toya, thank you so much. It's sad. It's sad, and we can't keep quiet about it. I mean, like I said, when you keep quiet, you are endorsing it. When you sit on the fence, you are endorsing it. When you keep quiet in the face of injustice, you are pretty much endorsing it as well. Chiyomi said, "This whole Nigerian elections and politics need a whole new slate. Get rid of everyone there and start brand new. If not, there will always be going. There will always going to be corruption." Chiyomi, let me tell you something that I found out. If anyone here has written ICANN exams before, let me know in the comments. I took a course, public sector accounting, and that class, it opened, like it was like I had a veil over my eyes all my life. And when I took that class, public sector accounting, do you know that the bulk of the government's budget goes to payment of governors' salaries, not current governors or old governors. The old governors are still earning the current salary of the sitting governor. Until they change those rules, there will always be corruption in Nigeria. Until they make it unattractive to serve, then there will always be corruption in Nigeria. Until they make it impossible to steal, there will always be corruption in Nigeria. Until they allow public servants to earn as little or just enough, there will always be corruption. But the moment they still see that money, those furniture allowances, those estacos, those unnecessary earnings, there will always continue to be corruption in Nigeria. So when I took that public sector accounting class, my life changed pretty much, because some of our lecturers, I took my lecture at one of the accredited lecture centers, SAFE. I'm sure it still exists till this day. And it's sad though. It's sad because you get to find out what really goes on behind closed doors in those sectors, in the public sector of the economy, of the Nigerian economy, precisely. And how much they have the weight of Nigeria's public purse is going into the purses of our government officials, past and present. Past and present. They not only pay them, they pay their children, to the last children, to their adopted children. They will pay them until they... It's sad though. It's sad. Because the first president of Nigeria, right, is still earning he's still earning salary even after his death, and is earning the president's salary. Yes. Quote me anywhere. Quote me anywhere. Imagine the governor of Lagos State 20 years ago is still earning the salary of the current governor. Yes, so plus all those allowances. I'm telling you, they must still change their furniture. Is it every 2 years? They must still, and they have a budget for it. Millions every year. Yes, Chiyomi, it's sad. We need to revamp everything. And the reason why I really wanted Peter Obi to win was because I knew that he's not the type that siphons funds. He has been in government before. He was one-time governor of, is it 1 or 2 times governor of Anambra? And he left money when he was leaving. He didn't steal money. He left money. He didn't siphon money. He's not the wasteful type. And I recall when former President Olusegun Obasanjo visited him, and he was talking about staying at the governor's office. He said, hey, we don't have any budget for that, to come and sleep in my room. We want such people who will stop wasting the funds. Nigeria is still borrowing money. They are making children that are born today to incur the expenses in 30 years' time, just as we are incurring the expenses that were incurred 30 years ago. It's sad. I studied economics and I understand how these things work. It's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. And if we don't break that cycle, it will continue like that. Chiyomi, you see what you just said may look like, but it's the facts. She said it's going to be tough. And Chiyomi said, moving forward, consequences needs to be, yes, it needs to be implemented. Because if we keep quiet, if it continues like this, are we just giving up? Are we just giving in? It's like saying somebody was raped and you found the person that raped and you said, let the person walk away. No! If you let the person walk away, it will continue to happen, and they believe that they can just walk away. There must be consequences. There must be consequences. Something has to be stopped. Something needs to happen. The laws need to be changed. The rules have to be changed. Because these people deliberately did what they did when they were in government to secure their own future and their children's future and their children's futures. It's sad. Chiyomi, yes, it's going to be tough. But the greatest job here is to get the right people there. The greatest thing is to get those right people there. Once we can get the right people there, then they can start from the top, start to implement the laws, start to change the laws. We need to change the laws. And that's why we need the right people from the top. We need Peter Obi to become our president, to change this thing. Because, like they say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We want a different result. We want a different result. We are tired. We are tired. It's not 100% easy to live in another man's country. Truth be told. Sometimes Sometimes you just feel that, you're not home. You're not home. I mean, you're not home. Do you know what it is to start your life afresh all over again when you have it going well for you back in Nigeria? Do you know what that means? So we need to fix that country, because truly there's no place like home. Truly, there's no place like home. It's nice of Sam. You said you got this. Virtual hug. So yeah, thank you. Deborah, this is what I call a Ponzi scheme. Oh, Ponzi scheme, real. Chiyomi said, at the end of the day, as it stands, everyone up there is just there for their own interest. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Chiyomi said, I want him there. I'm not worried about Peter Obi. I'm worried of the ones up there with him. As the president, there's something I believe in. If you're the president, you can exercise your power and your authority as the president of the country. You can exercise your power. You can. Princess Beyond Passions, thank you so much for joining in. She said, one person is a 1 or 2 times senator and 2 times governor and still, oh yes, so yes, so my sister, and still, yes, ends all these allowances for life. Yes, including his children. If he dies, they will pay his children. Yes, it continues like that too. It continues. They made the law. They made it like that when they were there to secure their own future. And even if he adopts a child while he's in office, that child too, generation will continue to collect money. I learned it in public sector accounting. Princess Beyond Passion, she said, yet he still wants to be president. Plus all he's already earning for decades. They are never satisfied. They are never satisfied. That's the sad thing. It never ends. It never ends. When I was in the bank, I went to Tafawa Balewa Square, went to have lunch, and I saw Tinubu's wife live. That was the second time I saw her in my lifetime. I saw her on the streets. I was on the streets and she was campaigning. She wanted to run for this senatorial seats at the time, and she was pale. She was extremely stressed. I looked at it. I said, these people don't mind going through the stress. They know it's once. They go through the stress once, and they enjoy the rest of the 4 years. That's it. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to do anything. They earn sitting allowance for every meeting. Do you know what that sitting allowance is? You don't want to know, guys. You don't want to know. It's sad. I wanted Peter Obi there because he proved himself while he was there. And that's the same thing I said. I mean, he was 1 or 2 time governor of Anambra State, and we saw what he did. This is someone that has integrity. This is someone that did not siphon government's money. This is someone that has proven himself. He has track records that speak for him. And that's why each time Peter Obi speaks, he says, go and fact check. Go and verify. In fact, some people started tagging him with the slogan, presidents go and verify. He speaks the truth. The figures don't lie. Figures don't lie. The stats don't lie. We can always go and check, what he has said. Verify everything. The stats don't lie. This is someone that has proven himself to be someone that he's capable, he's competent, he has the skills, he has the experience to run this country. But no, they will not allow, because of their selfish gains. And like I said earlier, the people who don't want Nigeria to move forward are the people that are profiting off of the not on development. Because Nigeria, we cannot categorize Nigeria as sadly, when I was in school, because I studied economics when I was studying for my first degree, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Malaysia, even Dubai, 25 years ago, that was when this country, Dubai, it's sad though. It's sad because this is something we could have implemented. How many years ago? 25 years ago, Dubai became great. Dubai tried to borrow money from Nigeria at the time. The president, the head of state at the time in Nigeria said that desert, I can't invest in that desert. Look at that desert today. So if we know what to do, if we are ready to do the job, if we are ready to move Nigeria to the next level, we know what to do. We are smart in Nigeria. Lady Ogochi, thank you so much for joining in. So we know exactly what to do in Nigeria. If we truly want to fix that country, we know exactly what to do. And I hope, well, at this point, we can only lend our voices, but I believe that we can come out in mass. We can encourage our friends, our family members, our friends, our loved ones back in Nigeria, to cast their votes, to raise their voices, to, support, to speak up. To speak up. It's sad, but I mean, we can't give up. Just like Princess Beyond Passion said, we can't give up. We can't, because if we give up, if we keep quiet, we are endorsing it. When you keep quiet in the face of injustice, you're as bad as the people that are perpetuating that injustice. When you keep quiet, when you don't say anything, when you don't, you're indifferent. Oh, I'm sitting on the fence. Then you are as bad as those people. You're as bad as those people. So I mean, thank you all so much for joining me. I typically come here live for 30 minutes on Sundays, but this is a topic that hits deep. It affects every one of us, especially as Nigerians, whether we are in diaspora or we live in Nigeria. And I had to come out here and lend my voice on this issue. Thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you guys next week with another powerful and exciting episode. If you need me to do a research tailored to your specifications, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And I also have a free networking event happening next week. It's a free networking event. Also find it in the comments and register for the event. And if you're also planning to start your YouTube channel and start to monetize from day one, go ahead and book my free consultation. I will see you guys on the inside. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you next week. God bless you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I see you all. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye, guys. Yeah, thank you. So I'll see you guys next week. All right then. Bye.